was younger, my whole wardrobe would be my cousin's old clothes. My aunt would always have a bag of clothes ready for me every time I went to visit them. When I wore one of my cousin's outfits, she would always notice and go on about her memories with that outfit. I think she got excited when I wore her clothes, as if seeing her past self in me. And even now, I wear her clothes. I recognize the scent of her house through them. It's nice to know that I will always have that connection with her, that connection with clothes. However, the sad reality is that people just don't have that connection with clothes anymore. If you look around you and on social media, people tend to opt for fast fashion. Modern fashion and fast fashion have now become synonymous terms. And maybe people feel a sense of freedom. They can experiment with their style and fit in with societal expectations. But is fast fashion really the way to go? Is this really the path that we want to take? Imagine my journey from receiving hand-me-downs from my cousin, a simple act that unknowingly sparked my interest in sustainability. There are other alternatives to fast fashion that can transform the way that we view our clothes. One key alternative is slow fashion. Slow fashion involves on using local production, sustainable materials, and focuses on quality over quantity and making timeless, durable pieces which are designed to last. Making your own clothes is also a form of slow fashion. Which brings me to a heartwarming story. Before my grandmother passed away, she tried to teach me how to crochet and how to knit. I was hopeless, but in year 7, I finally learned those skills and I wanted to make something for her. However, I never got the chance to. And now, my passion for fashion design and sustainability is inspired by her. She was a true sustainable icon, mending clothes, thrift shopping, and even practicing a capsule wardrobe. A capsule wardrobe just consists of 37 items: 15 tops, 9 trousers, 9 shoes, 3 dresses, and 3 jackets or coats. As you can see, there are many alternatives to fast fashion, just like a capsule wardrobe. And remember, the saying is, slow and steady wins the race. But have you ever wondered why slow is better than fast? Great question. Well, as we all know, fast fashion has a horrible environmental impact. According to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, 1 garbage truck of textiles are landfilled or incinerated every second. 85% of all textiles go into landfills each year. Fast fashion is the second biggest consumer of water and is responsible for 10% of all global carbon emissions. That number is more than the carbon emissions caused by all maritime shipping and all international flights combined. Did you know that fast fashion had such a big and bad impact on the environment? Don't you think that more people should know about this? And how do you think that fast fashion is so cheap and fast? It's said many people claim that they use child labor. Can you imagine your child, your niece, your nephew, your sibling starving away in a factory working 24/7 just because you want quick and easy clothing? All those people who are being treated unfairly, do you really want to support that? And maybe you're sitting there thinking, this doesn't affect me. This is beyond my immediate sphere of influence. However, that is a misconception. Diamond study, commissioned by Marketplace, tested 40 samples of clothing and accessories, revealing that 1 in 5 of them had harmful levels of chemicals such as lead, PFAS, and phthalates. These chemicals pose health risks and potentially causing allergies and other issues. As you can see, the impact of fast fashion isn't restricted to distant factories. It impacts our daily lives as well. But in reality, we all know this. We all know this, and we do nothing about it. We do absolutely nothing about it. So I have a small observation to share with you all. In ancient Rome, they used something called defixiones, or curse tablets, many of which have been found in Britain. One such tablet, found at the sacred springs in Bath, was a plea to the goddess Sulis, cursing a thief who stole a hooded cloak. This vividly illustrates how people didn't take their clothing for granted back then. The act of stealing a garment was such a significant offense because of the time, the effort, and the resources it took to make. This respect for clothing has now evolved. We have gone from treasuring our clothes to treating them as disposable. This shift, driven by our fast-paced lifestyle, isn't good for our well-being or our environment. Sustainability isn't just about the environment. It's about how we, as a society, choose to pave the path for future generations. Are we on the right track according to our ancestors, or are we losing something essential along the way? I'm not here to lecture about environmental responsibility, and I'm not here to dictate your choices. But instead, I stand before you as a fellow human who shares the responsibility to encourage conscious decisions. My journey in fashion is influenced by my cousin and grandmother who imparted their skills to me and guided me to this very moment. They ignited that passion within me. If it weren't for them, and if it weren't for that intimate connection with clothing, we risk losing the essence of our society. Our intuition vanishes when we blindly embrace fast fashion that is devoid of that human touch. Let's remember that by preserving this connection with clothes, we not only honor our past, but also nurture a more sustainable and vibrant future for all of us. Thank you for listening.